everyone, and welcome to the Bob Stoops app of Hall of Fame coach Bob Stoops. I'm Brad McMullen. We're going to talk now about the Heisman Trophy here in the preseason, and what better to have a guy who's coached Heisman Trophy winners, recruited Heisman Trophy winners, and goodness knows how many Heisman finalists you got a chance to coach. When you're looking here at the preseason, a lot of attention being given to Oklahoma quarterback Spencer Rattler. He's #1 in the Las Vegas betting booth. But we do want to point out, and this is interesting, if history repeats itself, it's not good news for Spencer Rattler because we have to go all the way back to 2005, the last time the preseason Heisman Trophy favorite actually won the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I really believe the reason everyone's talking about Spencer Rattler is playing at OU and playing for Lincoln Riley. The previous Heisman Trophy winners under him were, Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray, and Jalen Hurts was runner-up.
Right.
The three of them averaged around 48 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. In a shortened season last year, Spencer Rattler was 34 TDs and 7 interceptions. Very close in the touchdown to interception ratio and yards and completion percentage. He's very similar to the other guys that have been able to do that. That was a redshirt freshman year without spring ball that he did all this. I really believe with all the experience back on the offense, working with Lincoln Riley for another full year, Spencer Rattler's going to have a huge year and a breakout year. And so it's good reason that he would be a favorite, no doubt. And, hopefully it'll happen that way.
And I say this about Spencer Rattler, he grew up a lot last year. Remember, he was replaced in the OU-Texas game, being taken out of the OU-Texas game, then being reinserted into that game, leading the team to victory. And then as you just saw him make better decisions and become a leader, and now his team has rewarded him in that as he was voted captain.
No question. Again, it shows the maturity beyond his years of Lincoln Riley and a guy that really understands quarterbacks. He knew it needed to happen. He knew Spencer Rattler would be able to handle it in the proper way. In fact, I was with Sam Bradford this summer having we were golfing together in Wyoming. We see each other out there once in a while. And he mentioned something to Coach Riley about what a genius move that was, and the courage to do it, to sit them down and let them know that you cannot be careless with the football and that no one is above that, and then to insert them back and give Spencer the credit too to have the confidence to come back and then play the way he did through the rest, not just that game at Texas, but the rest of the year. So it shows a lot of toughness on Spencer's part too, to be able to handle being benched for a few series and go back in and play great. So anyway, it's exciting what they were able to do and how it finished last year.
And again, looking at the list, right, if it's not Spencer Rattler, if you're going by history, it's going to be somebody else. In 2020, Devontae Smith wasn't in the top 4 preseason on the Alabama roster for being a Heisman contender. And he won the whole thing. Joe Burrow won it in 2019. Kyler Murray wasn't even in the odds for Las Vegas in 2018. While Baker Mayfield was one of the favorites in 2017, Lamar Jackson was the Vegas odds-on #1. Then you had Lamar Jackson in 2016, Derrick Henry 2015, Marcus Mariota in 14, Jameis Winston in 13, Johnny Manziel in 12, Robert Griffin in 3rd in 2011. Again, what we're talking about is people that they did not see winning the trophy actually winning it. So if it's not Spencer Rattler, who do you see having a great chance?
Well, you just read so many players, and most of them are quarterbacks. So I think right off the bat, you go to the ones who have the best quarterback play year in and year out. Ohio State's, Alabama now, what you've seen them, the way they've been able to throw it, and Clemson. Yep. So, those quarterbacks on those teams, they're going to win, and they've consistently, whoever they've had at quarterback, have played well. So I think you could throw all of them in the pool immediately. And then my other ones that are exciting to me are you had talked about Devontae Smith. I like Chris Olave at Ohio State.
Amazing,
incredible talent, great football player. So he's a wide receiver that can maybe jump in just like a year ago with his ability, talent. Ohio State, their history of throwing the football with Ryan Day. That's a guy that could be in it. And my other one that I really like is Breece Hall. Just if a running back can win it, it's him. A great player with a great line and experience coming back around him on offense. He's an explosive, exciting player. Had a monster year a year ago, you know, with touchdowns and in yards of almost 1,600 yards. So anyway, I think Breece Hall is another guy that with the experience around him, that's going to be a huge player in the mix for the Heisman.
And the one thing all of these guys had in common may not have been position play, but they played their best on the big stage. And when you think about JT Daniels from Georgia, you think about the Clemson quarterback on week 1, they're going to be in front of the entire country playing a game. And while neither one of them may be considered a Heisman front runner right now, you have a big game in front of the whole wide world. All of a sudden, you now have somebody on everyone's mind as being, quote, a Heisman favorite.
Yeah, there's no question. And they got great supporting casts around them. So that's going to be a major game. And for, you know, when you talk about the Heisman Trophy, you know, for whoever comes out of that game and has a chance to have a big game is going to be right there in the mix with Spencer Rattler and everyone else.
And the good thing for Spencer, again, that stage, he'll have the Red River Showdown in Dallas against Texas. And then as the season gets on and the ratings get bigger for college football, Iowa State in Norman could be a huge game for him, especially if Iowa State is undefeated. And then, of course, finishing on the road at Bedlam before a Big 12 championship game. It's going to be exciting. Who do you see winning the Heisman Trophy this year?
Well, you know, I agree with everyone that Spencer Rattler has an awesome chance because of the background with Lincoln Riley and his maturity now and experience. You know, I'd go with him. But just as we talked about, heck, you know, how often does it happen that the front runner wins it?
Yeah. So Reggie Bush was the last one, guys.
Hey, my cohort, working with Reggie at Fox Sports, our big noon kickoff here coming. I start this week, Thursday, Minnesota, Ohio State at Minnesota, and then I go right over to Madison, Wisconsin, Camp Randall. We've got Penn State at Wisconsin. So working with Reggie, a fantastic guy, what a talent. I every now and then see some of his highlights, and geez, is he fun? Man, is he fun to watch?
And that Fresno State game, the year that OU played him in the national championship game, I think he's still running.
Oh, yeah, he's just a great player.
Like 380 yards.
But also on set with Matt Leinart, his quarterback at the time, Brady Quinn, former Notre Dame great, and Rob Stone is our lead guy. So really looking forward to it. Fun, exciting group of guys to work with every day. And so I'll get my debut here coming up here this week.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Coach, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Don't forget, you can win lunch with Coach, and he's going to pick up the tab. You got to love free food, right? All you have to do is enter to win right here inside the Bob Stoops app. And don't forget, for more videos, comments, and commentary, just tap on the video tab. For Coach Bob Stoops, I'm Brad McMullen.